we go. So today we're going to be focusing on our multiplication facts, our 3's and our 6's. That's going to be our title today, our 3's and our 6's. We are in our math notebook. Yes, that's what I've said 3 times. Our title is 3's and 6's. Yep. Now, 3's and 6's are not my easiest skip count. That's just not something that's easy for me. If that's easy for you, that's awesome. But because it's not super easy for me, we're going to go over some tricks to help you figure out our 3's and our 6's. All right, friends, so we are going to be using our math kit. So I'm going to call friends to grab one. Once you get your math kit between you and your partner, you're only going to make one 3x3 array. And I want it in yellow. That means all the pieces are in yellow, okay? We built our 3x3. We've got a 3 times 3 equals 9 is one equation. Callie got another one?
Yeah. 9 divided.
What is another way of saying divided, like in English, so I know what it means? Yeah, it's written on a chart. So I'm going to help out Callie. When we divide, what are we really doing in English?
Subtracting.
Not subtracting. Not subtracting. Jordan, do you remember?
Miss Miller.
Put into 9, put into 3 groups equals 3 in each group. So Callie, instead of saying we're divided by, I can say I'm putting in groups. That's that English language I'm listening for. Anything else? Addison?
You could say 3 plus 3 plus 3.
I could do 3. I'm not really sure why I hear counters because your fingers are definitely not on them. 3 plus 3. Keep going. Addison, because equation means equal sign.
Equals
9. Any other equations? I can think of one more. You should not be touching your counters. Marley?
Could you do 3 divided by 9 equals 3?
Could you do 3 divided by 9?
No.
Do I have 3 things put into 9 groups?
No.
It's not possible. It just means I gotta break my counters, and I'm not breaking my counters. Brogan, you think you know the other equation?
3 divided by 3.
So, do I have 3 things put into 3 groups?
Yes.
I have 3 things? Because this looks like a whole lot more than 3 things.
That's 9 things.
So I have 9 things put into 3 groups, not 3 things put into 3 groups. Yep, 9 things divided into or put into 3 groups. Yep. Jordan?
9 minus 3 minus 3 minus 3 equals 0.
That's that repeated subtraction strategy we practice. We've got our 3 groups of 3, subtracting a group of 3 each time.
3 minus 3 minus 3 equals 0.
What I want you to do is just draw a 3x3 array in your notebook. Doesn't need to be big.
Do you have to do all of them?
No, that's why I said just draw a 3x3 array in your notebook. Most of you, when you were solving this problem, you probably did skip count. Because I imagine most of you can skip count by 3's 3 times. All right, let's do our karate chops. Ready? 3, 6, 9. So skip counting works for that one. But I'm going to show you another way, especially when we start getting bigger numbers that we're skipping. So if my 3's are hard for me to skip count, is there another fact I could use that would make it easier? Jordan, what do you think?
My 2's?
My 2. So we've got this array drawn. Let me redraw mine really quick. Oops. Jordan said my 2's can help me. This is 3 groups of 3. I want you to circle just 2 groups of 3. Just 2 groups of 3. We're circling that in our notebook. So far we've got 2 groups of 3 circled. Underneath that, write 2 groups of 3. We've got 2 groups of 3. What is 2 groups of 3? What is that worth? 2 groups of 3 is worth. You can count it, skip count it, you can do it however you want. Marley? 6. How do I get from 2 groups of 3 to 3 groups of 3? How do I get from 2 groups of 3 to 3 groups of 3? Paxton? Add another group of 3. So I would have 2 groups of 3 plus 1 group of 3. It's not going to be 12, but it is going to be 6 plus that 1 more group of 3.
And then all of that added together
Which is
will be
9.
No,
Which is 9.
but 6 plus 6 is 12.
And we're adding that to our 2 groups of 3.
I just always sound like an
So 6 plus 3 is 9.
So let's try another one underneath your paper. Let's think about, let's do a larger one that would be harder for us to skip count by. Maybe 3 groups. Let's do 6 groups actually. 6 groups of 3. I'm going to change that again, I'm sorry.
6 groups.
I can't decide what my brain wants to do. I'm going to change it to 3, maybe 3 groups of 6. Final answer. Right, 3 groups of 6. We're not going to use our counters right now. It's 3 groups of 6. So I know, right, Colby, when I see 3 groups of 6, that means I've got to skip count by 3s how many times?
2.
If I'm skip counting by 3s to figure out 3 times 6, how many times would I need to skip count? Should I write so I wouldn't follow that advice? Art, do you know? How many times would I skip count by my 3s?
3 times.
Not 3 times, not for this problem. Not 2 times. Emma, what you thinking?
6.
How did you figure out it was 6? It tells you in our problem. Emma figured out that it was 6, but how did she know it was 6? Where did that knowledge come from? She didn't just guess. Julian?
Because of 6 groups.
Yeah, right here. So Colby, we are skip counting by 3s 6 times. Are you a good skip counter of 3s? Me neither. But you know what I am good at?
2.
My 2s.
And 4.
So instead of 3 groups of 6, underneath that, write 2 groups of 6. Because I'm not so good at my 3s, but I am pretty good at my 6s.
Accidentally.
Or sorry, I'm not good at my 3s, but I am good at my 2s. Sorry.
It doesn't
You're good at your 6s? Well, I can be.
Can someone remind me? I'm at 2 groups of 6, but that's not really what I want.
I'm good at my
I do want 3 groups of 6. So how do I get from 2 groups of 6 to 3 groups of 6? Connor, what do you think? So instead of folding pieces of paper, how about we pay attention? Because I know you know the answer to this question. You just weren't paying attention. So put whatever you're playing with up, please. Ava, help him out. if I have 2 groups of 6, how do I get to 3 groups of 6?
So you have the answer of 2 times 6. You have that answer and then add 3 more.
I'm not going to add 3 more. Nope, not to get to 3 groups of 6. Think about what I'm asking. Rogan, no thank you. I've got 2 groups of 6, and I want to get to 3 groups of 6. Art, do you have an idea how I might do that?
Skip
Nope. Let's think about the question I'm asking, because many of you aren't listening. Please sit down. I know, please sit down. Many of you aren't listening, we're just saying things. Cole, what you think? I'm at 2 groups of 6, and I gotta get to 3 groups of 6. How could I do that?
another group of 6.
Add another group of 6. I'm at 2 groups of 6. I need to add a group of 6. In math language, because we're not stacking counters, we're actually paying attention, I just write 1 group of 6. I've got 2 groups of 6 plus 1 more group of 6. We're writing that down in math language now. Macy, you have a question?
That's it. Outside work.
5 minutes. Oh. Now we can go back and say what they are worth. Brogan, what is 2 groups of 6 worth? 12. Write that underneath. What is 1 group of 6 worth? 1 group of 6. Just 6. Write that underneath. Now we've made it 12 plus 6.
So 12 groups of 6.
Not 12 groups of 6. Nope. We had 2 groups of 6, which is worth 12, and then 1 group of 6, which is worth 6. Now we're adding those 2 values up. Paxton? 18.
So that's your number?
So that is what 3 groups of 6 is worth.
I was able to figure that out on your own.
That's awesome. So this is another strategy. If you're not good with your skip counts of 3s, you can use your 2s. You can use your 2s and then add 1 more group. Let's write that down. I can use my 2s
What's this?
and then add 1 more group. Notice it is a group you're adding. We're not just adding 1, we're adding 1 more group. That might be a lot, that might be a little. My question? That way we remember that we're adding a group. That's tricky because we're used to just adding 1. But now in 3rd grade we have to add groups. So that's what makes that kind of tricky. Brogan? So we're getting our 3 by 3 in yellow.
Oh, this one.
Back to our 3 by 3 in yellow. 1 for you and your partner, not each. 1 3 by 3 in yellow between you and your partner. Nope. That's why it says 1 3 by 3. Next to that, though, you're going to build another 3 by 3, but this next one's going to be in red. So you're going to have 1 in red and 1 in yellow.
I'll do yellow.
1 will be in red and 1 will be in yellow. I see Lydia's got it. Awesome job. So does Ava and Connor. Great job, friends. So does my table 3. I love that I'm seeing Emma and Julia get it. Addison's building that other 3 by 3. Awesome job. When I pushed those 2 arrays together, and I made 1 mega array, what did I just make? Brogan, you're definitely paying attention to drawing pictures, so can you answer my question?
What is 3 times 3?
That's not what I asked. That tells me that we were not paying attention. Let's try that again. Ready? Hey, I had 3 by 3, which either you or your partner have that on your list, yeah? Yeah, we made a 6 by 3. We did 3 groups of 3 plus another 3 groups of 3. And when we did that, we ended up with 6 groups of 3. Hey, we've seen that before. Where if I take something and I double it, I get another number. Where have we seen that before? Callie, when did we see that?
When we were doing fact families.
Not when we were doing fact families. Nope. Nope. When did we see that we could double something? When we were doing our 2s and 4s. Yeah, I remember we made our 2s, and then if we doubled it, we got our 4s. Oh, yeah. Here we have our 3s. If we double our 3s, we get our 6. What did I get? 6s. Cool? No, thank you. So if I double my 3s, I end up with my 6s. So if you can figure out your 3s, which we just did, can you also figure out your 6s?
Yes.
Yeah. What if I knew, we're going to write this one down in your notebook. So if you don't have a pencil, get a pencil, please. What if I knew that 3 times 7 was 21? That is what 3 times 7 is. It is. We just did it earlier. Remember we made 2 groups of 7 and then 1 more group of 7? Oh, maybe we didn't.
No, we didn't.
That's okay. If I knew that 3 groups of 7 was worth 21, could I figure out what 6 groups of 7 was worth?
Yeah.
How would I figure out 6 groups of 7? How would I figure out 6 groups of 7? Cool. 21 plus 21. Write this underneath it because I am doubling. That's what we just said. What is 21 plus 21? I love that I'm seeing Colby think about it. All right, can you figure it out?
42.
42. So what is 6 times 7?
Let's write that all down.
42. Art, did you have to skip count by your 6s to figure that out? You had to skip count by your 6s? No. Did you have to skip count by your 7s? No. Did you have to draw so many tally marks? No. It's like a shortcut. I like shortcuts. I can figure out my 3s and then double it to get my 6s. Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna use a strategy that we learned today with our 3s. Jordan, help us figure out, hey, even if I'm not a good skip counter, I can use my 2s to figure out my 3s. Let's go to our first 3 that we don't know. That is 3 by 3. It's in this box right here, 3 by 3. I know 2 groups of 3 is 6. So what's 3 groups of 3? If 2 groups of 3 is 6, what's 3 groups of 3, Samaya? Nope. 2 groups of 3 is 6. We're now trying to figure out 3 groups of 3. Colby? It's 9. We added 1 more group of 3. Let's fill out 9. Hey, look, we already have our 4s filled out. We already have our 5s filled out.
We don't have our 6s.
Now we have 6 times 3. 3 times 6. 2 times 6 was 12. How do I figure out 3 times 6? If 2 times 6 is 12, and I need to get to 3 times 6, I'm going to add one more group of 6. Start at 12 and count on 6. Maverick, what you got?
18.
Great job.
I
18.
was about to say that.
Now we're going to work. Emma?
But 12 plus 3 doesn't equal 16.
Yep, but we're doing groups of 6 because we have 3 groups of 6. So we were at 2 groups of 6. To get to 3 groups of 6, we got to add one more group of 6, not one more group of 3. That makes sense?
Are we still in the back?
Alright, our 7s. See if I can fix that. 2 groups of 7 was 14. To get to 3 groups of 7, I add one more 7. Start at 14, add one more 7. I should see some fingers moving. Addison?
21.
21, very good. 14 plus one more group of 7 got you to 21. Let's do 3 times 8. 2 groups of 8 was 16. Plus one more group of 8. 2 groups of 8 is 16. We need to add one more group of 8 to get to 3 groups of 8. Avery?
24.
24. Or 3 groups of 9 is 18. Sorry, 2 groups of 9 is 18. I need to add one more group of 9. Lydia?
26.
So close.
27.
27. Alright, 3 groups of 10. We know that one. That's just 30.
Count by your tens.
If we do our 3s going up and down,
Moving so fast.
can I do my 3s going side to side?
Yes.
Yes, I can. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 6. Emma? 18. Plus another group of 3. Avery?
26.
Not 26. We're at 18 plus another group of 3.
Oh. What's it?
Nope. 18 plus one group of 3.
21.
21. There you go. Way to stick with it. 21 plus another group of 3. Callie?
24.
24. Plus another group of 3. Addison?
27.
27. Hey, we're back to that easy one of 10 times 3. What is 10 times 3?
30.
30. We also did our 6s. Now the strategy we used for 6s was to take our 3s and do what with them?
Nobody has any yet.
Take our 3s and do what? Jordan?
Double them.
Double them. So let's look at our first 6 that we don't know. 6 times 6. So I'm going to back up to 3 times 6. Cole, what's 3 times 6?
3 times 6.
18. I'm going to double it to get to 6 times 6. 18 plus 18. 24. Very close.
What are we doing?
It's okay. I know my 10s add up to be 20. Right? And then my 8s add up to be 16. So now I got 20 plus 16. 36. Way to stick with that goal. All right, my next one is 7 times 6. Oof. But Connor, I know 3 times 7 is 21. I'm going to double it to get to 6 times 7. 42. Great job. All right, Marley, I think you can do this one. Ready? I've got 6 times 8. Oof. I'm going to go to 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. I'm going to double it because I know my 3's double get to my 6's. So I've got 24 plus 24.
Plus 2 plus 4, 48.
48. Yes, friend. Way to stick with it. My next one, 9 times 6. Paxton, you think you can do it?
Stupid.
Let's go 3 times 6 is 27. I'm going to double it. 27 plus 27. Yeah. Well done. 54. Great job, Paxton. Hey, Jordan, we're at our easy one. 6 times 10.
Is 60.
60.
We're doing the 10s while doing the
I know, it's not crazy now. All right, friends. Wait, if I can do my 6's up and down, can I also do them across?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fancy math thing for that. That says I can rearrange them. Oh, that's
property.
commutative property. Get out of my brain.
Okay.
Let's try this one. 7 times 6. Brogan, you want to try it? All right, let's visit 3 times 6. 3 times 6 was 18. So I need 18 doubled.
8, 28.
No.